Wuthering Waves 2.1 livestream finished up just a couple of days ago to widespread praise by the community. In this video, I'm gonna go through the reaction from the Japanese community to see what they liked, what they didn't like, and what they were most excited for. But before I start though, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe because I put out these kinds of Japan reactions to things quite often. So with that being said, let's get right into it. First up, we have the new areas. Not only was everyone surprised that 2.1 was going to bring out new areas, they were also shocked at just how big they were going to be too.
ここすごい奥行きえぐくない？
なんか銀行の地下になんか電車が走ってるというなんかスケールがすごそう。
One of the biggest comparisons was of Alvarado Vault feeling like a kind of Gringotts from Harry Potter.
なんかちょっとハリーポッター見合っていいなこれ。
Then onto the new characters. Both Phoebe and Brant were welcome onto the screen. Phoebe got a shower of comments saying she's so cute.
かわいいらしいじゃないの。
かわいい。かわいすぎ。かわいい。
フィービー可愛すぎるやろ。
With many people noting the similarities between her and Cardcaptor Sakura. On this, it seemed most people were pleased about that.
カードキャプターさからいやそれがなんか既視感。
Though I did manage to find one person complaining on Twitter because there always has to be one. Brant also had a lot of people excited to see him.
この広大な海を渡ると決めたら、あとは波と風に身を任せるべきさ。
わすごい。おお。うわかっこいい。マジかっこいいじゃん。うわ
いやー顔がいい。
His dramatic personality was a big hit with fans.
広大な海を渡ると決めた。
ちょっと待ってブラント良すぎるなさすがに。
I've been keeping an eye on the Japanese reaction to certain characters to see who they seem most excited for. When the official Twitter for Wuthering Waves released the promotional art for each of the reinstated characters, Brant got almost the most attention out of anyone, just behind Zani. So it seems Japan is really looking forward to being able to play him in-game. The one thing I noticed was that the vast majority of people comparing his gameplay style to Camellia, which is fair because I did the same thing. I also saw some people saying his playstyle with the grappling hook to pull himself into enemies was kinda like Attack on Titan's vertical maneuvering equipment too.
なんか動きやばくない？なんか調査兵なんじゃない？ちょっとやば。
Overall, Japan seems to be very excited to pull for both Phoebe and Brant, along with Chang-Li for those new players that missed her the first time around. There was one thing that JP seemed particularly disappointed with is that there was only a Chang-Li rerun, no Shorekeeper.
在和光合唱活动结束后开放。
調理一人復刻。
面航路的探取活动。
ショアキーパー来ないか。
他们分別是重塑雕。
いや調理だけか。復刻枠1か。
振兴
調理
2.1版本的浮生成冰武器换取活动。首先将開放五星音感仪和光回唱的换取活動。在和光回唱活動結束後開放五星訓刀。
いやいいと思ういいと思ういいと思う。いやいいと思ういいと思う。
以及五星訓刀。
いやいい調理いいっすよ調理いいですよ。
Many of them were also hoping for a Shorekeeper rerun too because, obviously, Shorekeeper's kind of broken. And hot too because you can't really forget that. Next up is about the fishing. Okay guys, so if you've been wondering why there are so many minigames in these gacha games, I think it's because Japan absolutely loves them. Everyone that I watched and all of their chats too seemed very excited for these games, both the fishing puzzle game and the parkour event.
将各种鱼类放入货仓中带回。
魚を取ると好きな方法で組み合わせて。うわーパズルか？
各種魚類放入貨仓中带回。
パズルだ？
あ絶対おも
ろいわこんな。
あパルクール来た。マッチグパルクール来た。おもろそう。やばい。
マルチプレイ。マッチングして障害物競争じゃん。
Another thing they were excited for was the new Lorelei skin.
ほら
意象ロ
ーレライ。うわローレライこの椅子ええやん。
やっぱローレライの色地いるよ。あ来たイソローレライやば。
Yomi was particularly excited about getting more tuners from the rewards as she's been frustrated with the severe lack of them in-game.
イベント方針についてもチューナあったチューナあった
And after that, they announced the free temple, 5 standard, 5 limited.
あーやったありがとう。
也将
ありがとうございます。
いやありがとう7日ログ。ちょっと待って、すげえめちゃめちゃ立ちいい。
ありがとう。だってこのイラストよ。
As well as the new Hecate hologram to a mix of excitement
ファントムペイン来た。ヘカテ。むずそう。
and fear.
ヘカテと戦うの強化語で。ホロタクヘカテ？集合でホロタクはないでしょ。無理無理無理無理無理無理無理無理無理無理無理無理。
After that was the big news that caught everyone off guard.
おー。各種の改善。
Everyone except the dirty leakers anyway. Echo presets.
可以将设置的装配方案进行保存，后续还可以再次使用此方案。深海推荐的筛选功能也进一步优化了。挑拨者可以根据深海的主因
プレゼント機能
深海预设装配推荐功能。挑拨者可以将设置的装配方案进行保存，后续还可以再次使用此方案。深海推荐的筛选功能也进一步优化了。挑拨者可以根据深海的主因属性和辅因属性进行快速筛选。
Nerumero's reaction was actually quite funny. For those that don't know, Nerumero was one of the biggest Genshin CCs in Japan. He recently had a fair bit of attention after he announced that he would be leaving as an official content creator for Genshin due to some severe mistreatment and mishandling by the official Genshin devs. I have a video about that going in full detail linked in the description below if you're interested to find out more about that. Anyway, the point is that Nerumero is a massive Genshin CC and this was his reaction.
脅迫者は音外セットをプリセットで登録できます。おい。
挑拨者可以根据深海的主因属性和辅因配功能。
おい原神見てるか？原神見てるかお前マジ。
轻松便利的装配深海。
おい名調半年で実装したぞ。やばいぞ原神お前。
Now I don't suppose anyone recognizes that line, do you? It's actually a pretty infamous line found in a lot of NTR manga. NTR stands for netori or netorare, which refers to cheating, being cheated on, cuckoldry, basically having your wife or girlfriend stolen from you. And a common scene in many of these NTR manga is one where the couple who are cheating would make a video to show their boyfriend or husband them actually in the act, rubbing his face in it. And at the beginning of these videos, the infamous line is, "Boyfriend-kun, are you watching?" Now, I'm not going to actually show any NTR panels right here, but I will show a couple from some pretty funny parodies. There's this one here, which is actually just called "Boyfriend-kun, are you watching?" Parody is of like the scene of the guy saying the infamous line, "Yo, boyfriend-kun, are you watching?" But it turns out like she's a bloodthirsty succubus and just basically like flips the tables on him. The next one here is another one, again a very similar scene of like the two of them sitting on the bed. "Yo, are you watching Otoko-kun?" Again, another play on the phrase there. And it talks about how he found her by pure chance all alone and it's like, "I couldn't help myself." And he's trying to basically save her. So again, it flips the tables on that. Again, these are all parodies. Another post here with a very similar concept of like, again, "Hey, Otoko-kun, like a boyfriend-kun, are you watching? Your precious girlfriend is going to do something very amazing right now. Time to show your boyfriend and look at her." And then it turns out like she was like maybe a paraplegic or something like that. And this was her doctor showing the boyfriend, "Look, she can walk now." So again, these are all parodies. I think they're pretty funny, especially if you're like in on the joke as well. I will put links to these in the description below for those that want to read it. So Nerumero saying this line here basically means Genshin got dunked on, Genshin got NTR'd, Genshin got cucked. Now getting back to our more family-friendly programming, the Kuro devs kept up the pressure with even more quality of life updates, such as increasing like echo inventory from 2,000 to 3,000.
バックやばい俺もう。音楽狩りでバックやばいです。ありがとう。助かる。
容量上限を3000すごい増えすぎ3000 3000
バック
也收到了。在2.1版本，立马为大家将深海仓库扩展到了3000。
ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。ありがとうござ
Japan went absolutely crazy for was the upgrades to the camera.
カメラも？全部じゃん、ヨミが言ってんの。待機モーションも？
漂泊者就可以选择喜爱的角色待机动作、休闲
待機モーション追加。
进入拍摄界面后，漂泊者其他动作。
それは神じゃない。
相機構。
カメラ機能。ちょっと待って、カメラ機能。
这次将新增部分
待機モーション追加されます。
也将开放。
水平移動ナイス。水平移動ナイス。
摄影构图。
Japanese players absolutely love taking photos of their characters in beautiful locations, so there was a lot of cheers for this.
神来た来た、これ欲しかった。やばい。神がかってる。
嬉しい、これだ。これ欲しかったやつ。本当に言ってん の?
On top of being able to take more visually dynamic photos with the upgraded camera, the actual visuals themselves also got a massive upgrade with the introduction of ray tracing. This was a massive win for Kuro.
マジ楽しみなんやけど。
神なんだけどめっちゃ嘘だろ。おい、これ以上神になってどうすんだ。おいおいおい。これやばいよね。うわ、反射してんのすごい。
これ鏡だよね。やばい。
I think Nerumero was the most excited about this.
ガチやん。これ一番やばいわ、なんなら。
He said he's going to upgrade his entire computer in order to take advantage of this new ray tracing upgrade. After that, we had the announcement of Wuthering Waves being released on Mac and also the new physical merchandise.
长离拉倒，这个上下回眸的动态，我只能说，
ありがとう。
村的手办也在筹备当中。
ありがとう。買います。
買います。
買います買います買います買います。お布施です。
差不多。
诶，我感觉他马上就要在这里跳起舞来了。浴缸里的空间似乎可以用来储物。
是哦，看。
Something extra for those in JP which wasn't mentioned in the EN livestream is that there's going to be a pop-up event in the Kansai region of Japan on Thursday. There have been several Wuthering Waves events in Japan, but all of them so far have been held in Tokyo, which is too far from most of the other players. Kansai has about 20% of the entirety of Japan's population, so this event is big news for those fans who want to go but couldn't make it to Tokyo, like Zetsu.
関西在住。関西在住。はい。関西在住です。何？大阪？大阪にてバージョンにテーマのポップ。マジか。行くわ。
And myself too. I also live in Kansai, so I'm gonna see if I can go and check it out on that day too. I don't know if I'll be able to make a video on it, but I'll definitely post it to Twitter, so make sure to follow me on that too if you're interested to find out more information. Did you guys know I live in Japan? And that was the end of the live stream. Everyone started talking to their chats, saying how happy and excited they were with what they'd just seen.
はい、ということで、終わりかな？
終わったよ。
まあ今から監査。
Until
続きある？まだ続いてる？たまに幽霊の進化。待ってちょっと待って。
普通に終わった。普通に開発中のものにつき正式。なんだ？
これ。
Yep, this absolutely blew up. Everyone was incensed with this surprise trailer, especially about the new characters shown.
なんか出てた？あ、マジ？
幽霊の進化。あなたの安全は私が守る。待ってちょっと待って。はい、誰？ちょっと待って誰？幽霊の進化。誰？あなたの安全は私が守る。誰？ごめんなさい。完成しましょう。
神を殺める者。
誰？マジで誰だよ。幽霊の進化。あなたの安全は私が守る。ごめんなさい。来たか。
神を殺める者。
精霊と何か関係がある。
劇場版。
この歌劇に終止符を打たなければ。
劇場版名著。
行きましょう。共に幽霊の進化。
誰？
あなたの安全は私が守る。ごめんなさい。来たか。
神を殺める者。
待って本当に何今のちょっとどういうことですか？ちょっと待ってください。暑いですけど。
行きましょう。共に幽霊の進化。あなたの安全は私が守る。ごめんなさい。来たか。
神を殺める者。
おい、最後の最後にえぐいの持ってきた。
Suffice to say, Wuthering Waves is in a very good spot right now in Japan. Kuro Games is absolutely hitting it out of the park. The reaction on Twitter was great too. This one tweet here seemed to sum up everything quite nicely. Wuthering Waves were getting so much it's actually quite scary in fact. One thing I did notice during that last trailer were a fair few chatters asking where Scar was or commenting on the lack of male characters. I mentioned in my previous video about what does Japan think about the Reinitiated 2.0 update, that there was a significant number of people saying that one of the biggest downsides of Wuthering Waves was the lack of male characters, and them showing this trailer with 3 new female characters only reinforced that. I made a comment on Twitter asking for more male characters, which seems to be getting quite a fair bit of attention right now, and another person I know in the JP Gachasphere covering Wuthering Waves also commented too. So I asked to see what their opinion on the Japanese sentiment was, and this was the entire interaction. Okay, so my original tweet read as this: I'm all for having these beautiful women in the game, but is it so hard for Kuro to include just a couple of dudes too? Not instead of new female characters, but in addition to. We need more badass dudes too. And I said, this person here, Akamasa, is one of the JP content creators on Twitter covering Wuthering Waves, and they responded saying this. I'll just use the auto-translate post here for you guys to read along with me. The calls for more male characters started growing around 1.4, and the characters appearing in Reinitiated were probably decided a long time ago. So if the calls for more male characters, it will probably be around 3.0. And this was my response to him saying, actually no, this is kind of wrong. I said, so Destiny, as in like, yeah, that's right, I agree with you there. And I asked basically like, what does Japan think? Because the other day when I saw Nagi's tweet and asking their community for what they think are the good things and the bad things about the 2.0 Reinitiated update. One of the biggest things I saw was, like I said, the calls for more male characters, or just saying there's not enough male characters, 12 of one, half a dozen of the other, you know? So I've seen calls for that, but I was wondering maybe if I just had like a blind spot in the JP community. I mean, I tried to see as much as I can to ask them as well, what's your opinion, what's your impressions of what the most majority of JP players are asking for? Are they also asking for more male characters too? And this is what they responded with. They said, many people say that they want more. So yeah, there are a lot of people in JP as well asking for more male characters. Like I said, Wuthering Waves just recently put out a survey asking players in detail questions about what characters they would like to see in the future. So even though the rest of the 2.x characters might already be decided, perhaps we can see more males in the future if enough people ask for them. Japan is definitely asking for more, but who knows? We'll just have to wait and find out. So yeah, that was the JP reaction to the 2.1 live stream. What did you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section below. And if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe because I have more videos like this coming out in the future. So until next time, I will see you in the next video. Peace.